Welcome back, everybody. I am receiving so many emails and messages from so many who are really being pushed to their wits' end almost, their energy end at this time. Their hearts so filled with compassion for all those who are suffering even more than they are themselves, asking, how long will this last for? What is our future here with vaccines coming in that many do not trust, that these ideas of just many things happening, so much misinformation, so much fears, so much challenges personally with family members maybe being sick, or just everything, what's happening in our world. And so as we've been filming a lot for our new Alchemy of Healing course, and we just completed a beautiful meditation for that course, my light being friends stepped in and just said, please, let us share a little more at this time. And so let's just relax. Get yourself comfortable, take a few deep breaths, and just close your eyes as we will fade from the screen and invite these beautiful beings who are watching and sensing all the changing patterns of energy in our world today, and sense what they wish to share as we complete this amazing, very dynamic and challenging year. We slow the breathing right down and just come into this more unified state with our breath, and maybe the chant, I am pure love, which is a quick way to unify us into the field of love where all wisdom lies. So just holding focus on a deep, slow breath for a while. And use mental energy wisely with the chant on the inhale, I am. And on the exhale, pure love. They will share when we are more unified. Our beloved ones, we come to you as we have too many from the unified state and field of awareness. Unity, beloveds, is a zone, you could say, that is part of your light body matrix, as it is ours. The difference between us, perhaps, is the vibratory rate of your molecular structure. Ours is different in that we are more etheric in our form because of this vibratory rate. In this higher, you could say, more expanded vibratory field or resonance, there is vast wisdom and higher perception to be gained, along with the ability of stabilization in the field of virtue. While this is our more natural and unified, stabilized state, it is also within you as well, for you are a species that is quite divine, you could say. The totality of that which you are has not yet been fully understood or explored in your world, for your educational systems are still far from what would be termed holistic. Holistic is the understanding of the totality of that which you are through the experience of that. It is not a mental construct, and yet to understand the totality of that which you are, all you have to do, beloveds, is to read and absorb and integrate the wisdom through the scriptures that have been recorded by so many in your world. Although it is understood that the greatest wisdom comes from that zone of wisdom that you are anchored into, for you are grounded, beloveds, in an energy matrix that is pure love. You are grounded, beloveds, in an energy matrix that is pure light, that is pure wisdom itself. And so the greatest teacher and the greatest source of wisdom to understand that which your world is now going through must come from deep within you. For the mental constructs of your mainstream media reflect the consciousness of those doing the writing and the recording, and that is all. And what is spread, beloveds, through your world is that which supports status quo reality. What is also spread through your world is that which is controlled by the mental constructs of those still deep in the initiation of the right use of power and the right use of money and the right use of fame, as you are aware. For these are simple initiations in the understanding of the totality of that which you are. The mental constructs or status quo reality that you project in your world and onto each other through your educational systems will always be limited, for it is not a construct that is aligned to the totality of that which you are, or the wisdom matrix that lies at your core. And so we wish to share at this now moment in your time, it is far more important that you unhook from status quo reality of mental constructs, of interpretations of what is believed to be happening in your world, and to drop through silent stillness more regularly into the vibratory field of the wisdom that lies at your core. There is peace in this flow of wisdom, for it is a higher understanding of what is occurring in this evolutionary phase in your world. For this is a phase, beloved ones, that has long been prophesied, has it not? The end of Kali Yuga, as is known in the Indian mystic circles, the beginning of the age of Aquarius, to be sure, and yet these began to be stepped down and then stepped up into the new matrix some nearly 50 years ago at this time, and it began with the pure-hearted gathering of the harmonic convergence in your 1987 timeline. Although there were not many, there were more than enough, over a few 100,000 of you who sat in silent stillness and prayed for peace to come to all who were open to peace in your world. They did not pray for all to have this experience, for they knew that all were not quite ready, for they still need to explore all that the dual-natured world offers, as is the way still today. But many of you understand the wisdom that comes when you sit in silent stillness. Many of you have been flooded by love, by peace, by kindness, by compassion, that are the natural virtues of the wisdom zone. For wisdom to truly be wisdom must be integrated with the zone of virtues. Wisdom cannot be without compassion for the whole. And so you are entering, beloveds, a point in your evolution that in order to move forward, to be uplifted to the next phase, the totality of all sentient life must be considered. What is the highest good for Gaia herself, your planet? Is there a wiser use of resources? And so you gather now in wisdom for meetings for climate agreements and change that is bubbling in your world now. Your young ones, your millennials, are being led by wise ones to be more considerate of the needs of Mother Nature and the wiser use of resources. You have your millennials who are holding the candle of kindness and compassion for a plant-based diet in your world, knowing that this will eradicate many of your diseases and be a wonderful gift to a wiser use of resources for Gaia, your planet herself. For wisdom is about care. Care for yourself, to take the time to understand who you really are at your core beyond status quo educational reality. Care for life around you, care for each other. And of course, beloveds, many of your caregivers are exhausted at this time in their role as caregivers, for they are not able yet to replenish themselves, to tap into the endless source of power, love, wisdom within, where they can radiate consistently without exhaustion all that is required by others around them in this world. This is about care, appropriate care, to take the time to replenish yourselves with that infinite fountain of energy that can take away hunger and tiredness and confusion and loneliness and fear and uncertainty regarding this next phase of your evolution. But do not underestimate, beloveds, the care that surrounds your world, for you have, tuning in to your earth today, many star beings from many systems of unified realities and more. It is true you have what you would call, this one calls your red line beings who are engaged in trade with your governments, and they are in power games themselves, not embracing or integrated the totality of their own systems as well. They have just been around for a lot longer than your species on Earth, so to speak, and so they have more advanced technology. You also have beings from what we call the healing realms who are channeling now new methodology to eliminate all the pollution in your world and so forth. They are bringing in new healing systems, new communication systems, that those of you who are able to match with their frequency are now absorbing as what you would call your downloads. But then you have beings who are coming to you, beaming out to you from the unified realms, where all is known and honored and respected for the gifts that all carries. These are what you call the kingdom, the Buddha's pure land, the kingdom of heaven on earth, which is part of this same zone of unity. This inner matrix is part of the web of one, of our zone and your zone as well. However, you do not as yet take time to identify with the vibrational scope of this inner matrix that matches our realms. You spend too much energy still on the external paradigm of the zone of reality, of the mental paradigm of the human desire realm, you could say. The fear, the separation, the judgment, and so forth. The control of those who are still undergoing their initiations into the right use of power and so forth. But beloveds, you yourselves are no longer interested in such games, for you see the limitations that they bring. Can you not instead simply take more time in silent stillness and go within the zone you carry within of wisdom, to open to the innate wisdom, the innate love, the innate power, the innate healing that you carry already as part of your light body structure? To simply say in the here and now, I am ready to know the totality of all that I am. I am ready to be flooded with the wisdom and the love and the compassion and the power of all that I am in the core of my pure essence nature. Can your heart say yes, yes, yes to this? And when your yes is sincere and true, beloved, so it will be and so it must be, for it is your birthright as a divine being informed to know the totality of that which you are at your core, for your essence breathes you, and it is wise, and it is loving, and it is powerful indeed. And it is a time, you have entered into a time in this next phase of your evolution where the pure enlightened essence nature within all sentient life will rise to dominate the field, and until that time is an experiential reality for all. Those of you who are aware and called for this will hold the frequency as a fertilizing agent for this rising to take place, and so you may stabilize through this chaotic time of patterns that do not match this new paradigm, rising to be rejected once more. For this is the way of change. You simply sense that which feels right in your heart, and to this you say yes. And to that which creates fear and separation and segregation and pain and violence and problems for your fellow sentient life beings, whether they be human or animal or more, to this you simply say, no, we are no longer interested in playing in this paradigm at all. I ask again for the rising of the wisdom of the pure nature that I am within to dominate my life and my system once more. I ask again for the rising of the love of my pure nature to dominate this system once more. I ask again for the perfect marriage of the love and wisdom that I am to bring the power that is at my core, so that I may fulfill all that I have come to do at this point in human evolution in a way that honors and is beneficial for all sentient life. Can your heart say yes, 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 beloveds, to this? For this is the unifying factor among you all, that you band together with a common focus, and that is to operate together systems and paradigms that honor and are beneficial for all sentient life. It is simple, this statement of claiming, and what you can now say yes to. And as you do, and as it comes from your heart, the support that will come from the multiverses and from many zones, even deep within your world, will astound you. It is time for family, true family, to unify and bind together with a common agenda that serves the greater good. So it is, beloveds, and so it always has been. Welcome back. There are many messages coming through, as you know. There are many channels. There are many people sharing many things. But be aware of the paradigms of fear and separation. Be aware of that which divides, because with our light being friends, they are promoting paradigms that unify. There's no fear in their work at all. There's no judgment. There's no separation. It's all about understanding the power we have within, the love, the wisdom. Unify with that, integrate with that, and work together for the greater good of all. And they're the ones I work with anyway. So we hope you're enjoying the messages that come through our channel to you here. Let's enjoy this Christmas time, and let's celebrate all the good in life. Let's just give thanks to everything we have to be grateful for. Our world is changing, fast, rapid change. We're not complete yet, but what's coming in, if we get in the right frequency zone, will draw in a whole new way of being, a new paradigm to be together in a way that is honoring for us all. That's my dream, and I've seen this reality, and we just need to match frequencies with it ourselves. Come back to that love inside. Come back to that peace. Come back to that wisdom you carry at your core. Namaste to you all.